everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. So today I'm finally going to be sitting down to try out this hack, which is the powder before foundation hack. Now I've seen a lot of people do this, from Wayne Goss to Jackie Aina to Maxine Phoenix, who's local. She tested it out on her channel as well. So I'm just like, should I get on this bandwagon? Is it about time? So without any further ado, let's get into this video. So first things first, I noticed that Jackie Aina usually primes her face, and even if she's using a mattifying primer, she'll typically go in and set it with a powder. So I'm going to be going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base. Now this claims to be a mattifying base, but I'm pretty sure it's not, because it does not keep my oils at bay. And it's actually a very silky, silicone-y kind of formula. So I'm just going to be putting this in the center of my face and just kind of smoothing it out on the rest of my face. Now in today's video, I'm going to be testing out two translucent powders. This is the Coty Airspun powder, which is a little bit more on the drier side, and this is the Yardley Absolute Translucent powder. So I'm going to be using the Absolute Translucent powder on my left side and the Coty Airspun on my right side. Then we're going to put foundation over, and we're going to see how the powders differ. So I'm going to be taking a powder puff, and I'm just going to be packing this onto my face, just the way Patrick Star does it, honey. Okay, so I'm going to take another powder puff, and I'm going to be packing on the Coty Airspun powder. Now I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but the Coty Airspun powder is a little bit of a drier powder, and so it might work better to contain the oils on my skin, if that makes sense. So if you guys go in with foundation on top of this, no doubt the foundation is going to absorb the powder, and I don't want to be left with a cakey situation. So I'm going to wait for 2 or 3 minutes, let the powder kind of seep into my skin, and then I'm going to go ahead and dust it away, and then we're going to apply foundation. Okay, so I've waited a couple of minutes, and now I'm going to go ahead and just dust off this powder. Not completely, just lightly. Okay, already I can see it's sticking to like all my dry patches. But we're going to go ahead with the foundation and then just see what it does. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Stay Fresh Foundation. And I'm first going to pump this on the back of my hand, and we're basically going to work off the back of my hand, and I'm going to do one side of the face at a time. So I feel like as you're working with this foundation, it instantly dries down to a more matte finish. So it's definitely making this foundation look matte. So apart from making the foundation really matte, it actually really bumps up the coverage of the foundation, if that even makes any sense. It sort of like dries out the foundation to a consistency where it's providing more coverage. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but I'm really liking the way it looks on the skin. Obviously on the areas where it was looking cakey when I put the powder on, it's not looking that cakey, or it's not clinging to the dry patches necessarily. It's actually looking a lot better. But yeah, I actually really like this, and I'm super impressed with the kind of coverage I was able to achieve with just applying the foundation, the powder before the foundation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead off of camera, and I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup, and we're going to see how this wears throughout the day, because I'm an oily girl. So we need to do an oily girl test to see if this lasts a full day. Okay, so I just finished my makeup, and I set this side of my face with my Yardley Absolute Translucent powder and this side of my face with my Coty S-Bahn powder, but I didn't set my entire face. I only set the areas where I highlighted with concealer. So yeah, I really like the way it looks so far. And even though it's making my skin really matte, it's not tight or uncomfortable or anything of that sort, and everything is blending really well on top of the foundation. So the time right now is 1:45. I don't know if you guys can see that. 1:45, and I'm gonna check in a couple of hours time to see if I've gotten oily or anything of that sort, because usually I get oily within like 3 to 4 hours or less. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey everyone, so it is currently around 25 to 4 and I've had this foundation on for almost 4 hours now, and I have to say it looks pretty good. Like my pores look like smoothed out, and like nothing is settling into my expression lines, like nothing onto my forehead, and my pores are looking quite good. Hey everyone, so I am back and the time is now 5:48. Don't know if you guys can see that. But I have not blotted or anything of that sort throughout the past 5 hours, and my nose is beginning to get a little bit shiny up in here, and this usually happens around the 2 or 3 hour mark. So I mean, are we seeing this? And my face does not look cakey whatsoever. Yeah, my final verdict on the powder before foundation technique is that I feel like it works really well, especially to like smoothen out your pores if you have pores like I do. It definitely adds a lot more coverage to your face. I really love this. I feel like my face is looking a lot more shinier on camera because of the lighting, but in person it still looks pretty good. Like pretty good. So far I really like this technique. Does it control oil? Heck yes. Is there a difference between the powders? Not really. I don't think there's any difference between the powders, especially because we put it underneath the foundation. But yeah, it honestly doesn't even feel heavy or anything of that sort. I'm definitely going to be using this hack a lot more frequently to give me a snatched face. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this hack has helped you if you're an oily skin girl or if you have large pores. And yeah, don't forget to check out my description bar because I will leave anything that I forgot to mention down there. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to slay all day, every day with and without makeup, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!